How's it? Good morning. Welcome back. 14th of January to 2026. We're here in Randburg. Gosh. Randhart Alberton. Hell, work all over. It's been a hectic time. Clearly need a vacation. But we've got a old Hansa Speedo. And we're going to replace it with the Centurion D6 Smart. So we're quickly looking at all of the things that we need to do. And then obviously one of the aspects, gate guide bracket. I'll have to adjust it. There you can see the gate wants to move in underneath the bracket. And that's going to cause a pinching action. And then obviously the motor sits down quite deep into the paving. The brakes hands are on, so let's see how we're going to move it. Get it out. I see the paving seems to have been done later on. So, stay tuned. Right, back to the gate wheels. So client got us some new wheels. He did fit it, but if you look closely, you can see the pin is worn on my pinky side. And the client wanted to replace the wheel shafts later on. I just advised the client, you know what, let's just get it done. Because if I show you here, and I bring it in, look at the play there. So if I kept on installing the gate motor with this amount of play, then ultimately the wear on the gate wheel is going to be much quicker, and I'll have to come back. So why not just do it once and get it over and done with? That's what we do. Right, we've got the wheel in. Then we have some spacer washers on it for spacers. 3 on this side and 2 on the other side. So we're just going to spot weld the gate wheel shaft into position. You can see there is some movement on the gate wheel. That's more than enough. Come on, let's quickly weld it. Right, this is the back wheel, and this is what my concerns are always. You can see it's worn out, so we'll quickly just take it off and then inspect it and then put in a new shaft. Right, rear wheel removed. So there you can see the shaft, how worn out it is. And if we did the installation like we always do, and the client then replaced the shafts, there would have been a height difference on the gate motor pinion, gear, and the steel rack. Right, let's get in a new one. We're currently looking at the steel platform that we do have here for the gate motor. And what we have is this angle brackets that were cast in concrete. So we could have used it. But then again, what we also need to consider is the height of the gate motor. we need to elevate the gate motor, otherwise it's not going to drown. But look how far the platform is below the current paving. So elevating the gate motor steel base plate, we'll have to weld in some angle brackets onto it, but those angle brackets will not align with the two steel strips, which means that we won't get it down completely like we want to. So it seems what we're going to do is we're going to put in a steel platform onto the existing platform. But let's just elevate it and see where we stand, and that will decide on the final actions that we're going to take. Right, 10:15, 2 hours in. We can safely say that our steel platform has been created. It's level. I'll just pan in. You can see it's welded. It's not going to go anywhere. Good luck in trying to get it out. Okay, so that's that. Then we are elevating the gate motor 40 millimeters, around about there. It's ugly, but it's going to be solid. So what I'll do is I'll put one angle bracket in at the rear there. Just want to quickly line it up, see where we're going to end up with, and then yeah, we can weld it down into position, and then from there we can start bolting the gate motor down, and then it's steel rack time, and then electrical wire time. Alright, we've quickly removed the gate motor so that we could burn a hole on the side there, which will allow the spread tubing to come in underneath the gate motor. So we'll just quickly bolt the gate motor back into position. But there you can see, if you wanted to see, our base plate that was welded onto the steel platform. It's not going to go anywhere, guaranteed. Right, our gate motor steel base plate has been welded to the steel platform, and our gate motor has been bolted onto the steel base plate, and it's nice and upright. Just makes it easier when your platform is level. And you can just bolt your gate motor down and just make sure that the spacing is right. You just pan here at the bottom, then you can see paint is still wet at the bottom. So it's been welded. I'm not going to get it out. And then obviously what we also do, because of my background, we engrave the serial number of the gate motor onto all of the plastic components that we can do, along with the street address. And then what we do is we document the serial numbers, so that should someone manage to come and steal our gate motor, we can trace it back home. You see also here on the base, see my hands in the way there. Serial number and address has been engraved on the base as well. And then on the cover that holds the batteries in place, again the serial number and address. By now you guys know the guys from Exquisite and SmartGates. And also here on the side we've engraved the address and the serial number. Just want to get the power supply. See, where is that? Here it is. Let's document the serial number on this one as well. There we have it all on the video. Just busy setting up limits.
Limits setup complete. Is the gate open or closed?
Obviously it's closed.
Gate limits set.
Right, so this is where we are currently. We're just about to quickly give handover, and then we'll do some test cycles with the system and connect up all of the last wires that we have on the system. Right, guys, we're done with the installation. Let's quickly test it. We have set the auto close time for the client. But yeah, there you can see everything done and dusted, painted. On the rear side we've added a nice steel bracket on the track so the gate's not going to derail. And yeah, secure, upright, smooth, elevated, looks elegant. Obviously the client's happy and we happy. So guys, you know what to do. You just give Pottie a call, 083 778 2288. Check out smartgates.co.za and check out Exquisite Security. Thanks for watching.